What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here, and welcome to today's special video where we have a guest with me. He is none other than the winner of the Builder Hall 6 YouTuber tournament, which I was in and unluckily came fourth. This guy took the whole tournament and won it. It is Cerise. Welcome to the channel, buddy.
Hello, Judo. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much for coming onto the channel. Do you want to maybe give yourself a bit of an introduction to my viewers so that they know who you are for anyone that, for whatever reason, missed the stream?
Yes, sure. As anyone can hear, I think, well, I am French, so my English may be a bit bad sometimes. I play Clash of Clans. Well, I've been playing for 3 years and a half now. I am a full Max TH11 on the main village. I am a BH. I play BH6 now. Well, I played, of course, you know that. And
yep. So you're
I am, well, in the real life, I am.
You're studying mathematics. I think the connection was a little bit poor there, but
Yes,
I know from meeting you at the
fundamental
tournament.
mathematics.
Awesome, and you're quite the magician as well.
I do a little tricks, yes.
You had us all entertained in Finland, put it that way.
Yeah, great.
So you said you're a Max Town Hall 11, but more importantly, in terms of the Night Village, you're a Builder Hall 6?
Yep.
Perfect.
I played on the Max Builder 6. I am no, right now I am like 4800s. I top on 30 right now. That's
fantastic.
Cool. And yes, I am just testing, you know, the new meta. I think the meta is pretty cool with the BH6. You know, I prefer this meta than the BH5 meta because it's more about skill, I think.
Yeah, no, that's very interesting.
It's really, really hard to get the 2-star, you know. I like this kind of meta.
Yeah, when it's a lot more difficult. I mean, I've literally just moved to Builder Hall 5, so I always find it interesting talking to the guys that are pushing and right at that top level. How about we talk about the tournament first, and then we'll get on to the meta and the kind of attack strategies that you're finding successful. So,
sure, go on.
How do you feel? I mean, you won.
Well, you know, I feel very, very... That was totally unexpected for me, especially beating iTzu in the final, which who is such a great player, you know. Well, I didn't realize yet, you know, winning in front of all those viewers. I mean, that's that was awesome.
I bet. I can't even imagine. I mean, if I had been up there, because obviously I faced iTzu in the semi-final, and he,
yes,
you know, he took me 2-1.
That was close, though.
It was close. I wish I'd have been able to, you know, do a little bit better, but I can't even imagine being in the final. The pressure there as well, and it was so close. You know, you got off to such a good start, yes, and then he came
2-0, and then he came back 2-2, and the last round, all those cameras, you know, in front of you, all the viewers. It was, yes, I felt a bit pressure, but you know, it was okay. I don't know if you remember, but I thought I lost at 2-2. I thought he wins 3-1
yeah,
because of a bug on my iPad. So that put it the pressure a bit off, because I was like, oh, I'm still in. So let's play the last match, and I think that was a good point for me.
I bet. I mean, to think that you'd lost and then come back is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all had them important war attacks where the pressure's really on. It doesn't get much more pressurized than what you were. You know, 10,000 euros on the line, trying to beat the current champion iTzu, and such an amazing player, like you said.
Yeah. Sure, you don't do this kind of attack every day. So you do an attack for $10,000. It's, you feel the pressure, but you try to think about the game, about what you know, and do what you know, and that's it.
Yeah. So I mean, I was going to ask in terms of anything that you did there that viewers might be able to, you know, use any of them techniques to help when they have a pressurized attack, just trying to go to your roots and do what you've practiced.
Exactly.
Essentially.
You need to go back to your roots. It's important. You can't really improvise and just came with totally different strategies for the last attack. You know, you need to Yeah, you need to do something you did before. That's what I do really in the final, in the last attack. I did lashes that I practiced a lot before the tournament.
Yeah.
I knew the strategy was going to be helpful for me because of the the typical rules where someone attacked before. So you could see the percentage you have like a goal to go. That's why the strategy was so helpful in this tournament. And yeah, I came back to the roots and did the last attack, like I know, and that was the victory.
Yeah.
It was
I
awesome.
mean, I wish I'd have done that strategy as well instead of getting the 48% no star against iTzu and allowing him to do the exact same thing to me. But
Yeah,
yeah, so I mean, you mentioned there the mass archers, and I recently just put a video out discussing my top
yeah,
five Builder Hall 6 strategies, and the mass archer strategy was my number five actually.
yes.
Do you want to talk about maybe your top attacks? And we mainly seen you using the archers and the baby dragons within the tournament
Um,
itself. Would you say they're your go-to strategies?
well, at the moment, in the main game, I really like this kind of surgical strategies with the either full archer or three camp archers and one beta minions, because this kind of strategy eliminates the most random part, I would say. When you go for a spammy attack with a lot of all these air units or the witches, you can just find traps and your attack is done. That's why I like to. Well, you're not really interested in the traps when you go for a full archer, because of course you can lose two archers, but that's not the end of the attack. That's why I like, and people won't think you can go for a 2-star, but actually you can. If you're really good and just do the right decision, you can go for a 2-star with this type of attack.
Oh, exactly. And I think we had a perfect demonstration of that actually against myself in the tournament where, our friend Ninja Heroes circled my base, which he did so well against iTzu, with literally
Exactly.
just
I remember it was
archers.
a
Yeah.
match. Took the 2 stars with a surgical strategy, and that was really nice attack. That's the kind of attack I like to do at the.
Yeah, because I mean, what he did essentially was take out all of the point defense, and then the battle machine could just get in there, and there wasn't much left for him to take out. So it
Exactly,
did, it worked really nicely.
you can clean up all around the base, and with the 10 visibility, 2 archers are enough to take down most of the defenses, like an archer tower or cannon or double cannon, and that's really key. I mean, you take down one defense for 2 archers, and that's really good points. And yeah, I think that's one of the strategy you see the most often in the top at the moment, because pro players tend to go for this to eliminate the random part, I think.
That's really interesting, yeah, because I guess I couldn't get it out of my head in the tournament to, I had to be gunning for the 2-star all the time. So what kind of
Yes.
percentage would you say you achieve the 2-star, and how many times do you miss out on the 2-star at the moment at that top level?
Quite often, I would say it's really different than before with the BH5. I had to give a percentage. I would say I missed the 2-star like 40% of the time. But I mean, it's not the end. When you do just a 1-star, you still have the chance to win. It's really different from the BH5. You can go with a 61-star and win the game because your opponent didn't make it, and sometimes it's a 0-star, 30%. You see this kind of fail on the BH6. That's why I really like this.
Yeah, and I think that almost strengthens your strategy that you're saying in terms of the mass archer, in that you are going to get a good percentage as well to really lay it down,
That
so that if he doesn't get the 2-star, you've got a good chance of getting that win just on
exactly,
percentage.
exactly. That's really what I'm thinking. And I know some pro player at the moment that who are just going for a high percentage 1-star because they know that their base, their defense are really strong. And most of the time their opponent won't 2-star them, and they are just going for 60, 65 or 70% with full mass archers without even going for the builder hole. And
Yeah.
it's a really good strategy. One of my best friend in my clan just reached 5K with this strategy, just going for a high percentage 1-star.
Wow, that's impressive. Yeah, I think the more we're talking about it, the more I think that in my top 5 I should have had the mass archers certainly a little bit higher up the list.
Maybe. I say that, but sometimes, of course, I need to adapt. It's a game you need to adapt anytime. You know, sometimes you see a weakness where you can go for a mass baby dragon or something like a first step with cannon card in the hero. Of course, I adapt. I say that's my favorite attack because that's the attack I do most of the time. But of course, sometimes I find another key on a certain base and I use the key. You know, you need to change your army comes anytime you see a weakness.
Yeah, and I think personally, that's my favorite part of the builder base, is that it really
Exactly.
rewards people that are intuitive and will try to adapt their army composition to the base. And I think that's how you learn as well as an attacker and become, more successful, is being able to adjust on the
Exactly.
fly like that. And that's honestly what I love about the builder base. In
Yeah,
terms
me
of
too.
in terms of defense, we've said how the archers, you're a big fan of the archers there, and the baby dragons. We've seen you using them against iTzu as well with the cannon carts. Very very close as well to being really
I was a bit
successful with it.
lucky with the traps. Few attacks that I try against these two in the final. At the beginning, I thought I would go for a really nice attack, but both time at the end of the first step, I took like my cannon card just jump on the spring trap, and the first step was over, and I couldn't take enough air difference. I mean, to go for the 2-star, and both times I just take a break in the attack, evaluate my chance to get the 2-stars, and both time I choose to go for the 1-star and high percentage because I felt like I couldn't go for a 2-star. I mean, too many air difference in the center. That's why those strategies are really risky. But both time I was the first player to attack when I tried those kind of attacks, so I needed to go for a good attack. I haven't the goal you have when you attack.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, at least you almost have a bit of a plan B there as well, because if
Yeah,
if it's not quite working, you can almost
that's
bail
that's
out
what
and
I
just
like.
circle the
That's what
base
I
for the
like
one
with these
star.
strategies. When you go for a 2-step attack, you have the plan B of going for a high percentage 1-star, and if first step is really good, then you can go for a high 2 or maybe a 3 even.
Yeah. So what are you seeing most people attack you with at that, high trophy level at the moment? Are most
Mhm.
people using
I'm a
archers and
bit
baby dragons?
surprised. I have to admit, I'm surprised with those barbarians because I thought they were going to be totally absent of the game after this BH6 with the roster and the second crusher, but actually there are a lot of barbarians out there on my, maybe it's on my base because there is kind of a weakness where the two crushers aren't really surrounding my builder hole, so people
Hmm.
go for this, But I see a lot of barbarians, and I'm really surprised. For the other compos is are concerned, I would say the mass air attack is really dominant with the two baby dragons camp and the two beta minions.
Yeah.
The witches are, I mean, anytime they are used, I feel like it's a fail on my base. So I don't know, and they are a bit weak, I think.
Yeah, I think the witches are definitely variable. They're just so easy to use.
Yeah,
The baby minion strategy as well, I have in my top 5 for Builder Hall 6 attacks, but I'm a massive fan of the Barbarians just because, I used them quite extensively in the tournament as
and
well because,
I saw you using this in the tournament. Where everyone was like, barbarians are dead, and you came and just grabbed a 2-star again, iTzu base, if I'm not mistaken, with those
yeah,
barbarians.
yeah, yeah, I
Really,
did.
really nice.
Yeah, because when we were practicing, I was determined to try as many different strategies, and like you said, like really try and adapt to the base. And one thing I found was that the multi-mortar and the roaster don't really do too much against the barbarians. Yes, they do a lot of damage, but you can outrun them. It's really just the crushers.
Exactly.
So if you find a base where you can path to the builder's hall without hitting the crushers, you can take that
Yeah.
with the Barb Rush and get the two
Yes.
star. And like you said, the two star is hard to beat, really.
Yes, it's enough to win in most of the cases. I mean, the mass barbarians is really about timing. You need to time your barbarians really good to hit the roster, but I mean, it's really it involved the skill more than before with the BH5. I
Yeah, no, I agree. It definitely requires more skill at
now
Builder
I
Hall
think
6.
it's you doesn't hate the mass barbarians as he used to be, as he used to before,
Yeah,
because
no,
it's
I
more
think
than
he
skill,
enjoys them
right?
more now.
Yes.
Awesome. I mean, that's really interesting to just hear. Like I said, I'm literally just moving up to Builder Hall 5, so it's really interesting to hear what is working at that real top level and, just how, what it was like up in the final there. Obviously, I'm a little bit gutted that I didn't make it myself, but it was, just phenomenal to watch. And essentially being there as well made it even, you know, it was just we were literally on the edge of our seats. Like we were down by the
Yeah.
screen watching it. It was brilliant.
Really.
So, massive congratulations. And I believe you wrote a
Thanks.
song as well, right? Like a victory song. I did see it.
Oh, it's not exactly a victory song because yes, it's a song, and I did it in English this time. I've made a couple of songs in French before, but this time I wanted to try in English. And actually, it's a song on someone that wake up a little bit late at the end of a really important war, get
Okay.
back there. It's a little wing to iTzu clan, Dark Looter, and it's the kind of thing that you were talking about last 5 minutes when you have a really important attack with the pressure at the end of a war and you determine the result. I
Yeah.
mean the outcome. I mean, just I would be happy if you go and go check out on my channel the song, and maybe you will like it and share it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll maybe play a little bit of it, like the chorus, at the end of this video, if
Yes,
that's all right with you. But
yes, would
yeah,
be
I
really
found
nice.
it, I found it very it kind of drew you in the chorus. It was one of them ones I kind of found myself singing Dark Looters in my head all the time.
Because my channel is pretty inactive because it's all about song, and I can't write a song that often. And I mean, it's really hard for me to touch the English community because all my subscribers are French, of course. So maybe that's a very good point if you can just send a bit of English people on my channel about this song.
Fantastic. No, yeah, we'll play it at the end of the video. So, I mean, we'll start to wrap up a little bit in terms of any. Do you want to give your clan a shout out or anything? Or like you say, you do have a YouTube channel as well, which I'll be sure to link in the description of the
The
video for
YouTube
anyone that's
channel is my
interested.
name. It's Cerise. It's my name. I have Twitter also if people Cerise underscore Ima. I am
Yeah, and then
one of
your clan as well is Skuu,
yes. My
and
clan is Q.
you're
S.
fantastic. Are you're mainly for the night mode? Then you're kind of a trophy
Yes,
pushing
this
clan
clan
for the
is
night
mainly
mode.
for yes, this clan is I have another clan for war, but this clan is the night mode.
Brilliant, but it's only French though, so many of
Yeah,
my viewers that are looking to join, they would have to be French community.
exactly. That's the strength of the clan. The clan is
Fantastic.
to be
Well,
French.
I've had an absolute blast. I'm sure everyone's learned, quite a lot there as well. Certainly in terms of the strategy and what you might think in terms of, you're probably just blindsided sometimes being a war player of just going for the 3 star, but actually at the current meta, it's definitely not the strategy in order to win. So that was really interesting in terms
Yeah,
of
yeah.
discussing what you're
As I
finding
told you,
successful.
a friend just reached 5K with just going for a high person. So
Wow,
also,
that's
it's
fantastic.
really a strange meta, but like this game. I need to thank you again for inviting me on the channel. That was really a pleasure. Again, I apologize for my English. I've made a lot of mistakes, I believe, in this video, but you know, it's...
Hey, we're just here to help people out, and I think they getting a
That's
snapshot of what's working at the highest level is definitely helpful for anyone. So again, thank you so much for coming on the channel. And what we'll do is we'll just
if it could help one people, I would be happy.
Fantastic. No, I totally agree. That's exactly why I do these sort of videos as well, and I'm sure that we will help a lot more than one person as well. So what we'll do, guys, is say goodbye to Cerise. Thank you so much, and congratulations again on the tournament win.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And we'll head out into his song. So here we are then, guys. Let's finish up the video and take it away, Cerise.
Now it's up to you, bro. If you win, you are here, and you bet your eyes here, and you made it kick by a goal. It was the war of the year. What will you say to your leader? It was against our future. Now it's almost over. You click the war button, your heart is beating like a drum, and now you can't have a dry run, cause now you won that again. We tried but earlier, you kind of unsure. You need to take a big rest to kill the pressure. No, you can't go back now. Click on attack, you need to break the rules and clutch the 6-5.